What's up, good people? What's up, good people? It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder. Here we are on Work For It Wednesday. We got to do the work. 3 words. Do the work. We got to do the work in order to be able to get the results. If we don't do the work, don't expect to get the results. Yeah, a lot of people, our society thinks that well, I should say it like this. In this age, you have a lot of people that think that they don't have to put in the work. They think that everything is that they're entitled to things just because, and that's not the case. If you want to be successful, if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, if you're going to be a successful leader, you got to do the work. You got to put the work in. You have to be willing to do what it is that's necessary in order for you to be able to get ahead. And that's the thing. That's what's going to separate you from everyone else is doing the work. Take a look at everybody that you deem to be successful, and I promise you, their work ethic, the things that they do, are far greater. They work harder than most people, than the average person. That's just the way that it is. That's the way that it is. I'm gonna give y'all a quote. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Before we get into the 10 ways to break down barriers to get to your next level of entrepreneurial excellence. Before we get into that, I want to see if I can find this post real quick that I put up. I bet it's not here. Bet it's not here. All right, it's not here, but it's from Kobe Bryant, and I thought it would have shown up here. I want to put my face in there. I thought it would have shown up here. Because I just posted it, so it might not be there yet. But what Kobe Bryant talks about was being busy versus being productive. He was like, you can spend 10 hours, let's say 8 hours in practice, but how many hours is your mind really at practice? That's the essence of it. And we have to look at that, about being busy versus being productive. Are you busy or are you productive? That's the thing. That's the thing. The question on this Work For It Wednesday. Are you busy versus productive? But what we're going to talk about today, in addition to busy versus productive, is this. Y'all know we've been talking the 10 ways. We're on number 8. So number 8 in this is adopt technology strategically. So we know that technology changes on the daily. What technology was and is going to be in 2024 is not what technology was in 2023. It has advanced, it's moved, it's constantly and consistently moving. So you as an entrepreneur, you as a leader, if you're going to operate in entrepreneurial excellence and leadership excellence, you got to strategically use technology in order to be able to move you forward, because technology is ever changing. Over these past several years, we've gotten to this. We've heard the buzzword is AI, Chat GPT, and all of the variations, which is a great tool. Technology, y'all, just like we talked about relationships yesterday. We talked about relationships yesterday. No, we didn't talk about relationships. Yeah, relationships yesterday. We talked about relationships yesterday. Relationships are a tool. They are a resource. Technology is a tool, and it's a resource. It's a resource that gives you the ability to be able to operate even further in entrepreneurial excellence, in leadership excellence. Too many of us don't embrace technology. To be strategic about technology, the first thing you want to do is you want to embrace it. It's here. It's not going anywhere, and actually it is going to be moving forward. The only question is, will you be moving forward with it? I have this poem that I wrote years ago called "Get on Board or Get Left Behind," and that's the essence of strategically using technology in order to be able to operate and break down those barriers. Technology will allow you to break down the barriers that you may have in your industry with your brand, because it's technology has, if you use it strategically, it has leveled the playing field for those of us that are small business owners. You can compete with some of the bigger corporations and companies because of technology. And those that are innovative enough, those that are creative enough, because we talked about that innovation, being innovate constantly. If you're able to do that, you do it constantly and consistently, you'll find yourself strategically putting yourself in the position to be able to succeed and to grow to your next level. So you want to embrace technology and use it strategically. Now, do you need to use all of it? No, but you figure out what part of technology is gonna enhance you. And that's the second thing. You want to embrace it, but then two, you want to use it to enhance you as a brand, as a business. So embrace, enhance, and then we'll talk a little bit the third thing that you can do. But you want to enhance. How can technology enhance what it is that you do? That's what I want you to think about today. That's your homework for today. And I want you to ask yourself that question, but answer that question. That's the question you're working on today. How can I use technology strategically to enhance my product and my service? And when you do that, it gives you the ability to be able to with the third part of this, which is create a greater experience for your for those that work for you, that work with you, and then those that you serve. But you gotta enhance what it is. Use technology strategically to enhance what it is that you do. So work on that. Think about that today. Work on that today. Write 5 ways that you're going to use technology strategically to enhance your product or service. If it's using ChatGPT, because you're able to do things at a faster rate, you can get your policies and procedures done a lot faster. You can if you're an author, you can use it to be able to gather information and data that you need. All of those things that are going to enhance what it is that you do to create a better experience for those that are in your that are experiencing your product or services. How do you enhance it strategically? How can I use ChatGPT? Do I need ChatGPT? Can I use it to find out from my clients, am I servicing them, or is there another aspect of my product and service that I can give to them? Is it something that I offer that I don't offer that I could offer that will benefit them even more? These are the things that you want to think about when it comes to enhancing. So you want to embrace, enhance, and then the third thing, which is I said, which is going to create a wider an experience, a better experience. You enhance to give a greater experience. What's the experience that your clients that you have them going through now, from the before, during, and after? What's that experience look like? What if you looked at the whole cycle of what you take a client through? What does that look like? What does that experience look like? And how does technology allow you to be able to make that experience better? If you're going to separate yourself from everyone else, you're going to separate your brand, your product, and your service from everyone else, you've got to embrace technology, you got to enhance with technology, and then you have to experience with technology. And when we look at it from those three dynamics, you break down the barriers that may be there in front of you for you, your business, and your brand, or if you're an author, for your book, if you're a consultant, for what it is that you're an expert at. If you're a coach, how you go about implementing your programs. If how do you take those programs and make them a better experience for your clients that come through? How does technology assist you in being able to enhance what it is that you're doing? I told you, we've got to be, in this year, if we're going to unleash, which is what we talk about, I want you to unleash your greatness. I want you to unleash this entrepreneurial excellence that we're operating now. But we have these principles, and that's why I'm adamant about these principles that I'm trying to bring this year, because I think if we stay and stick to these principles, I truly, and I implement them. So I'm not just talking about these are things that I'm implementing myself as well. So don't think that I'm just talking about them. When I talk about embracing change, I'm doing that. When I talk about, building a stronger network, I'm doing that. Increasing my business ecosystem, or building the business ecosystem and my personal ecosystem. Having continuous learning. I'm continuously learning, and I'm learning because I'm bringing you these things here, because I'm seeking different ways that I can enlighten you, that I can empower you. And that way I'm making you better, but I'm making me better at the same time. Creating the resilience, because I know that that's a vital part of us being entrepreneurs. You've got to be resilient. If you're not, if resilient isn't a part of your character, or a character trait of yours, then yeah, you're not gonna be an entrepreneur very long. I promise you. So being resilient. Communication and connection, absolutely. These are things that break down those barriers that I'm talking about. And when technology can assist you in enhancing your communication and connection, and it's going to separate you from everyone else. Technology will help you to be able to be innovative, because you can use technology to create new ideas, to give you new ideas, fresh ideas. And your relationships with technology, you're able to have relationships that you might not have had it not been for technology. We learned that through the pandemic, where we had to shift to virtual meetings, where you don't have to be in person now all the time. I don't think that we need to get away from it. We got to be careful with technology too, because technology can be a hindrance too. I think technology has made some of us be less communicative in person. and it's created this relationship barrier where there's no connection. Where you're communicating but there's no connection. To me, you cannot have communication without connecting. You must want to connect with people if you're going to communicate effectively with them. Connecting with them. Yeah, we might initially, deal with each other through virtual, but at some point we've got to meet in person. I had a good friend of mine, Dr. Kimberly Arrington, and we had known each other for several years, but we had never met until a few months ago. And it was so great to be able to connect and not just communicate virtually. And that's what technology allows us to be able to do, communicate, but in addition to that, we've got to connect. We've got to put that in there. And as we use technology strategically, I want you to have that in the forefront of your mind, not the back of your mind. I want you to have, yes, communication is important from a technology standpoint. It can help you. It can if you embrace it, you can enhance it. You can use it to enhance, and you can use it to create a better experience. But don't drop the connection piece. Allow technology to enhance your connection. Technology has allowed us to stay connected to many of our clients in a greater way. So it does. It has its great points. But the key word that I've said today is you've got to invest strategic. You've got to adopt technology strategically. That last word, strategically, is your key. And when you adopt it strategically, you want to use, and I've developed these, and I'm going to talk about these probably next week, because I've developed what is called my personal value system, I have a personal value system, but a business value system that I was put through this let's say training, if you will, but just this dealings that I had to do with my great friend Donald Morton, and the mastermind that he has. But I had to develop my personal value system, but I've also created that in my business value system. And when you move strategically and you adopt technology strategically, you want to use. These are the 7 principles that I use. I got to use wisdom. I have to have a vision for what it is that I want to do with technology. I got to be unique in how I use technology. I've got to be committed to using technology. I've got to be consistent in using technology. I've got to operate in excellence in using technology. And the last one is I've got to be accountable for using technology. Those are my business value principles: wisdom, vision, uniqueness, commitment, consistency, excellence, and accountability. When I adopt technology, I adopt it from that lens, from my business value system lens. We've got to be willing to embrace it. We've got to be open to it. We've got to use it to enhance, but then we've also got to use it to create a greater experience. If you want your clients and potential customers to have a greater experience, technology is a part of it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It is a part of the experience. Technology is a part of the experience. Take a look at those successful businesses, and I promise you technology plays a part in it. But if you aren't open to it, if you aren't willing to adopt it, then you're going to get left behind. And we have to be, if you're going to break down the barriers that we talked about last week and this week, you got to be willing to adopt technology strategically. It's all about strategies, y'all. It's all about having a strategy for breaking down barriers. It's all about strategies for moving you, your business, your brand, your product, your services to that next level of excellence. No matter what level you're on now, in 2024, if you're going to unleash that entrepreneurial excellence, you must be willing. You must be willing to adopt technology strategically. You must be willing to embrace technology. You must be willing to enhance with technology, and you must be willing to create with technology a greater experience. So today, like I said, I want you to think about what are the 5 ways in which you are going to adopt technology strategically for your product and service, to make your product and service better from a technological standpoint. Your clients will thank you later. Your brand and business will thank you later. It's Work For It Wednesday, y'all. We gotta do the work. 3 words. Do the work. I'm gonna say it again for you because I don't think you hear me. Do the work. I want that resonating in your ear. I want you hearing that here all day long. Do the work. I know it's cold outside, but that's irrelevant. As Miss Sade says, that's irrelevant. So when we do the work, when we put our mind to technology and how we can use it to enhance what we do, to create a better experience for us, man, the possibilities are endless. And I promise you, you'll stand out from everybody else. You will be better. You will be better than I'm going to say 80-90% of the people in your industry, and 80-90% of the people that are out there, period. Why? Because you did the work. You took the time to study technology, to understand what technology can do for you in your business, with your brand, in your industry, and where technology is in your industry. Do your homework. See how technology is impacting your industry. Start there. And then once you figure that out, then you can understand how you can make your product, your service better by using technology. That's a little something. As one of my friends told me, Kenny, when I worked for K&G clothing store, he said, I ain't gonna tell you what to do, but I'm gonna tell you what needs to be done. It's up to you to do it. I'm not gonna tell you what to do when it comes to technology and using it to strategically, but I am gonna tell you what needs to be done. The choice is yours whether or not you do it. That's what we do right here on Work For It Wednesday. We embrace, we enhance, and we create. Embrace, enhance, and create. It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder. We'll be right back here tomorrow morning. We'll see y'all soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Stay warm. Have a great one.